Hello, what's going on everybody? It's Jacob here coming at you with a brand new series called Jacob's Terrible Thoughts, where once a week I'll sit down with a topic in hand and just give you guys some insights on my thoughts on the topic. Are these thoughts going to be any good? No. Does anyone really even care? No. Is this really just an excuse for me to be able to sit down and talk to myself without feeling weird about it? Maybe, but that's none of your business. Anyway, moving on, I want to handle our first ever topic for Jacob's Terrible Thoughts, which is about the government. More importantly, the election process. Personally, I've never been an individual who was too interested in government or politics for that matter. Just never been my cup of tea. However, if they were to spice up the election process or maybe the candidates a little bit, it might be more entertaining for me, which is why I've come up with the perfect solution. For me, when it comes to government officials, I think there's some key qualities and attributes that they just must possess, some of which may include strength, honor, integrity, and most importantly, a set of kick-ass sword-handling skills. So on that note, I suggest that we just get rid of the voting process and campaigning, speeches, and replace it with a battle royale or tournament-style sword-fighting competition to the death. Now, I know that might sound a little far-fetched, but hear me out. A lot of political figures, government officials are hated by the community, especially in instances where those government officials lied or even cheated to get their position of power that they're in today. I mean, during these competitions, there will be no cheating. They'll be live broadcasted, and really it's just a man-on-man or man-on-many-men competition to the death. These will be no-holds-barred competitions where you can only fight with a sword or your fist to the death. Should one of the opponents surrender, that may also be permitted. However, the opponent who surrenders will no longer ever be able to compete in another political deathmatch again. All in all, I think this election process would kind of eliminate the party systems that we have in America today. Any and everyone would be allowed to enter, while everyone would still have a good chance to win at the same time instead of just one party or the other party winning every single time and third parties just kind of being a little gimmick. This could also be seen as a good method to eradicate all the losers and old people that are still in positions of power that do not need to be. I mean, a lot of politicians or political figures just are not respected in general. They're shit human beings and their morals are nowhere to be found. However, if I were to tell you that 40-year-old man that's the mayor of your city has some kick-ass sword skills, then you might be willing to respect him a little bit more. Because who knows, he could always just fucking Anakin-style Count Dooku execution your ass. I mean, murder is still illegal, but gotta give him a little bit of leeway. He is a murderer at this point. He just killed like 5 people to become the mayor of a small town in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I guess the competitions don't have to be to the death, but I feel like that just wouldn't prove the point as much. And I guess if, you don't care about your politicians having kick-ass sword skills, they could just box or have a UFC fight, but maybe that's just not as fun. But I guess if they did change the election process to more of a boxing or UFC style competition, that might be even just a little bit more entertaining than debates. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, they just need to put down the microphones, get rid of all the get-ups, and just throw hands. My president is going to be the one who can kick the most ass. I think just the election process in general needs to be changed to become more entertaining to get the younger generations and future generations more involved. Anyway, moving on, the next topic that I want to focus on is about the cake paradox. I'm sure by now we have all seen that fucking video. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've seen it, and honestly, it's given me nightmares. Everything I see and feel and taste now is cake, and I describe it as the cake paradox because at any given moment, you have no idea whether any given object nowadays is cake. That street sign you see on the corner, cake. The cat you see walking around in the streets at night, cake. Your great grandma, cake. It's all cake. Kind of similar to the preface of Schrodinger's cat, where you never know if the cat in the box is alive, dead, or even there. Except in this case, the thought process would be you don't know if the cat is cake, real, or even a thing to begin with. But I don't know about you, I mean, at this point, I feel like everything is cake. I mean, the grass, the trees, the water, it's all cake. Maybe that's why people decide to go vegan. They're not eating grass and bark or plants in general. They're eating cake. They're holding out on us. Yeah, I can kind of give leeway to people and living things as not being cake, but the trees, man, The trees, man, the cake, and that's what the vegans are hiding from us. They don't want us normal people to know about it. But I'm not mentally tough enough to go find out for myself and not willing to pay the dentist bill after I take a huge chunk out of a tree outside. However, I do realize that pretty much all of it's in my head, and I know that the vegans aren't hiding secret outdoor cake from us. Anyway, if you've made it to this point in the video, I'd like to thank you, because honestly I would have clicked away in the first 2 minutes, personally. But if you did enjoy this video or happen to enjoy any of the other videos on the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Jacob, and this was the very first episode of Jacob's Terrible Thoughts. Thank you for tuning in.